Mr. Mahmoud Triki, welcome to Tunisia Live.
Thank you.
A lot of people know you in Tunisia as the founder of the first American-style, I would say, university in not only in Tunisia, I would say maybe even the South Mediterranean. Can you tell us more about you and about the vision you had when creating the South Mediterranean University?
Well, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you about MSP, South Mediterranean University. And I'll try to emphasize one thing. I'm a strong believer that Tunisia has all the ingredients to become an educational destination, not only for Africans, but for Europeans as well. I think we have, first of all, being the linking pin between Africa and Europe, we can be, and having a nice Mediterranean weather, having been a crossroad of civilizations, Tunisians constitute a unique society in the Mediterranean basin. And I think that it has all the ingredients, as I said, to really attract a lot of students from all over the Mediterranean and from Africa. So I had the idea of starting something unique. First, a university institution that adheres to the highest educational standards. And having adopted that, I had no problem to attract as partners some of the best US universities. And our vision is to develop first the business school. We're going to develop next year the engineering school. It's going to be called Mediterranean Institute of Technology, MedTech, not MIT. Because we are in Tunisia, we are all made in Tunisia. We are all MITs. So it's going to be called MedTech. It's going to be along the lines of MSB, regional focus, partnership with the best engineering schools, and we selected the areas of specialization. We are taking high-tech, networking, computer systems engineering, and renewable energies as the first areas of specialization.
Being an entrepreneur in education, how did the Tunisian revolution affect your project, knowing that you started before this project, before 2011?
Well, I must admit that the old regime has tried to block our growth. For 5 years, we couldn't get the authorizations to start our undergraduate program nor our master's program. As a matter of fact, we had to delay the construction of our new campus because we didn't want to build building and keep it closed. So the revolution to us opened all new horizons, and I'm confident that we are doing our best to convince all officials in Tunisia that education is a strategic sector for Tunisia, not only to be an exporter of educational services, but to become a great contributor to the development of the Tunisian human capital. Because in the new world economic order, the human capital is the most important thing. Because we are living in knowledge economy, we are living globalization era, and starting a quality education being taught in English will contribute greatly to the economic recovery of the country, to solving the unemployment problem, and to allow Tunisians to work not only in Tunisia, but to open new horizons in the international job market.
The use of English in Tunisia's business and Tunisia's education and Tunisia's public sector is limited. Um, and you seem to have really put all the resources to create a generation of Tunisia that will be fluent in English. Do you feel that this generation will be able to adapt to the general environment in Tunisia?
Well, first of all, they should not have any problem in adapting because the problem is organizing Tunisia. And because all the cases we use, and we invite business leaders from Tunisia to relay their experiences. And not only from Tunisia, from other neighboring countries. Last week we had the visit of the biggest businessman in Nigeria, Mr. Abrab of Sevital, who came to tell our students about his professional experience and how he became one of the wealthiest men in Africa after being a simple teacher. So we bring the business community to contribute to our programs. We have a program called Ambassador Series, where we invite ambassadors in Tunisia to give their vision about the potential between Tunisia and their respective countries, and we really try to give our students not only the theoretical education, but to give them a state of mind of someone, a global manager. We prepare them to operate in Tunisia or elsewhere efficiently and to be successful. And we hope that we have been cited by the Financial Times as a reference for other African countries, and we hope that we will set new standards in Tunisia for higher education, and we will pull up the whole system.
I will ask my question from a different angle. Aren't you afraid that this generation, where you have invested so much, would leave the country and go operate elsewhere?
I didn't get your question.
I said, aren't you afraid that this generation of Tunisians will leave the country and go operate in much friendlier environment?
No, anyway, there is less risk of a brain drain than sending them abroad. And I must admit, my career is in the public sector. I think the public sector, unfortunately, the level is very low. Ben Ali did such a harm to the system that's going to take some time to recover, to upgrade the educational system. Lots of people tell me, your doctors who were trained before Ben Ali were good doctors. Now doctors in Tunisia, they are not as good as they used to. So we're trying, as I said, to set new standards, and there is a beginning to everything. And we try to, even though we take high schools with a low level, we try to upgrade them and help them we don't give the degree to anyone who doesn't deserve it. And we adhere to the highest standards. Our partners like Babson, like Maryland, University of Maryland, University of Massachusetts, or South Carolina, they all know us, and our students went there, and they were on the dean's list. They were performing very well. So, and as I tell them, being a new and young institution, we're not allowed to make mistakes. So we have to be perfect. Big schools like Harvard, they can make a mistake, and it's Harvard. A small institution, especially in our culture, anyone who makes a mistake, he doesn't have a second chance. In America, they have what they call a second chance. You make a mistake, come back, they give you a second chance. Hey, watch out, he's a flop. Don't go with him. He failed. So we try to be the best.
Speaking about Harvard, you are today at the 8th conference of the Harvard Arab Alumni Association. How these kind of organizations and network can help schools like yours?
Well, first of all, myself, I'm a Harvard alumni. I think I'm the oldest because I left Harvard in '67. Second, We think we based our strategy on networking with the best universities, and we think that these events will allow us to do a lot of networking. And as a matter of fact, next June 2013, we're hosting the Global Business School Network, which is an association of the best business schools around the world. London Business School, INSEAD, IMD in Lausanne, Chicago, all of them are coming to Tunis, and it's going to be a 2-day, and the theme of this year will be education, employment and entrepreneurship. And as I said, these are opportunities. This event will be open not only to us, but to all the university institutions, Tunisian business leaders, to come and know how to improve the educational system, how to make better graduates, how to produce better graduates.
Tunisia is facing a tough economic environment, and you are the dean of the, we could say, one of the best or the best school of business in Tunisia. What message do you give to your students, and what message do you give to people who are watching what's happening in Tunisia right now?
First, I want to tell my message to those governing us, and I tell them this is a golden opportunity, and their success will depend on their courageous move to make the most out of education, because education is the only way to economic prosperity. And so my message to our government officials, please don't miss this opportunity to take courageous moves to change the system, to give more autonomy to the institutions, and to be a facilitator, not an operator. I believe that the government should be the facilitator and let each university institution be evaluated by the job market. Because the job market, let the market forces judge the performance of each institution. And that's how we can improve the system. And let the ministry becomes a facilitator and a policy maker, general policy. It's the universities that should develop the programs. It's the universities that should choose their students, universities that select their professors, evaluate their professors, promote their professors, and that's how you can make them into competition, because education, higher education has become a service industry. I mean, Harvard is everywhere. Sorbonne is now private in the United Arab Emirates. Dauphine is in Tunis. Royal Chaussee de Paris, they are in Morocco. And the American universities have invaded China and Europe. So there is an international market for knowledge. We have to be in it, and we have to be performing well, and we have to take part of that. And we can make Tunisia, as I said at the very beginning, an exporter of educational services. I want to tell you that Australia generates $20 billion a year from foreign students. That represents 6 times the total receipts of Tunisia's tourism. That's amazing. Plus, all those students are future clients of Tunisia. Plus, all the students are resident tourists for the duration of their programs. So it's a very lucrative and very good investment for the country and for its economy.